and say, you know what, we're just going to run Rek'Sai or Elise into the Kindred, and that's a fine trade for us.
Start ticking down that box. What's left available? What is first pickable? One ban available to each team still targeted. Unicorns of Love against Fox in this game so far. Timer ticks down. They're really waiting till the last second to ban away, and they will ban the Echo.
Potential. Interesting. For, I mean, this almost then, if we look at it, we have the normal Nidalee Kindred, we have the normal Echo Maokai trades, but now with both, or well, one for each pair being banned. So like Maokai Kindred suddenly rises up in the value, and then Lucian is still there for the Unicorns of Love. As if, like, there are 3 first pick options basically: Lucian, Kindred, Maokai, from what we see at the moment in this pick and ban phase.
But that guarantees that if you are first picking, obviously
Schalke actually didn't want to ban anything.
They've got the other ones.
Because
and they actually don't have a ban.
Like, they want the option to go like Maokai Lucian here and give away Kindred and then go Rek'Sai Elise in the next rotation, which will be a very, very strong pick and ban phase for Schalke. Unless there is something else they value extremely high as well. Alistar. We know Hylissang is a good Alistar player, and it was great for sprattel, but there's so many support options right now that I don't think you need to take an early Alistar. I think you need to take Lucian. I would take Maokai as well with this Echo ban, unless you are afraid of Chachi playing something like a Trundle into it and setting up a split push. Schalke didn't ban anything on purpose. They were smiling and laughing when it happened because they knew there was this triangle of super contested picks. Braum, of course, is another one we actually have forgotten because he's been banned quite a bit, but he's been like, he's the best melee support now. So they don't want to risk Unicorns getting just a free counter pick from Maokai, and that's why they don't lock it in instantly and instead value the Braum up here.
Yeah, pretty powerful bot lane established for MrRalleZ and sprattel. Unicorns of Love on their side. Let's see what they decide to pick up. The Maokai might be no-brainer. If they take the Trundle support, and they do, that removes the counter pick.
Yeah. Smart little reaction.
It does give them a lot to do against the Braum, too.
There's still picks up top lane, like Swain, which does really well into these slow tanks.
Well through the bans this time.
If Steve does play it. Go through the bans, as you said. But I actually like that. Take away the Trundle. They're all pinching the top lane pools right now. With Fizz ban, Echo ban. Even Vladimir could technically be flexed up to top lane if you want to keep going there.
Not the way Fox has been playing it.
Sure. But yeah, I like that. Trundle support is also very, very good. Still, there are a few melee supports being used. He's one of them. And it's mainly also you just take away that counter pick option.
Would they revert to the Poppy? No, the Nerf hammer started to come down.
Yeah,
Viktor's locked in.
If you are planning on running an AP jungler, Poppy makes sense because she does provide physical damage. So now they're hovering the Elise. That's telling us a bit of the story of why Poppy was considered for Schalke. But we talked about this. You get Rek'Sai or Elise against that Kindred, and you're fine taking that trade. Also because Move obviously didn't have an impact in the last game.
That's true. There really wasn't a whole lot for him to be able to do, and mistiming on Kindred as well. I mean, they've given this over to him again. They've prioritized it as their first pickup. We got to see a little bit more out of this guy in this game number 2.
Got to see more of everyone from Unicorns of Love.
That is also true.
Especially also Exileh in the mid lane who struggled.
Yeah. So with all the mid lane focus, we also forgot about Azir. He does get locked in here for Exileh. And then, of course, with the 80 carry tier, I mean, wasn't even touched, except for the Lucian, obviously early picked up by Schalke. There's still, you know, this trifecta still available, the Sivir, the Caitlyn, the Ezreal. Veritas right now seems to be preferring the Ezreal. We'll see if that actually picks.
Risky, risky, risky business with Ezreal. A lot of late game scaling for Unicorns, a lot of very little early game focus. Ezreal in some of these losing lane matchups tend to just kind of be stuck under his tower. He can't really push out, he can't really challenge a Lucian that well. There's another bad boy that was played earlier over on stream too. Amna played it up top lane, the Gnar, into a Maokai, something we have seen more and more of in solo queue as well as a potential counter pick. Not necessarily straight up in the early game, but then later on when you get more ranks in your W as a Gnar, you get a lot of percentage damage, which is very, very effective. But still with this Ezreal pick, combined with Azir, we get a very slow early game for Unicorns, but a very, very strong late game.
So Steve in the end opts for the Poppy against the Maokai. Question here, though, for the Unicorns, looking at these lane lineups, would you not suspect a lane swap comes in on blue side?
I think it is very likely. Just again to dodge out of this 2v2 matchup specifically, but it also depends on how confident Veritas and Hylissang feels playing the 2v2, because Trundle can be fairly strong into melee matchups in lane, but it's more the Ezreal losing out against this Lucian here. But Poppy coming in, it is a champion who's been nerfed again and again and again. I almost feel bad for Poppy, because technically number-wise she's not very strong, but she still has a lot of impact in a fight because her ulti is so good. The fact she has a point-and-click charge that often when you at least fight around jungles will land as a stun. So there are a lot of things to like still about Poppy. It's just her numbers have been nerfed. Like her damage is not great anymore. Her laning phase is not that great anymore. But team fighting, one great ulti. And again, she provides physical damage with their Elise jungle.
Let's see what Steve can do with her in his hands now. If you think the Unicorns of Love will be able to fire back and take this series 1-1, tying it up, hashtag UOL win is what you want to tweet out at LOL Esports. If you think Schalke will be able to secure the 2-0 victory, hashtag S04 win is the hashtag for you as we get ready to load up onto the Rift. Very, very strong team fight from Schalke. Looking forward to see what they can get done. Still a lot of Unicorns fans in the audience as well. Maybe they'll send their energy their way as we get ready to load up onto the Rift for game number 2 in this series. Schalke, Unicorns. Let's see who takes it.
You see another teleport pick by Exileh. Had the same in the last game when he died 1v1. Not something you have to pick on an Azir at all. Technically, teleporting on Azir has never been that effective. It's more just so you have an extra global for safety. Then you're going to use it very offensively on an Azir. So it does hurt him a little bit in these straight duels against a heal on the other side from Schalke. And also Storm Raider Surge from the Viktor. Great. Master Victor.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's quick flash from Move, having to burn it after he spotted a few members of Schalke heading his way. Crucial summoner spell down in the opening seconds.
Basically the smart thing here, the way Schalke is moving in. So what they're doing, this level 1, was actually they moved the Viktor very far up the lane to make sure no one was standing and could actually see the Braum and Lucian sneak into the bush around mid lane. So they denied the vision by Fox moving up aggressive. That meant the Braum could actually walk along the wall here, where Move couldn't see him because obviously the wall kind of cuts his vision a little bit. And suddenly sprattel and MrRalleZ appear right in the face of Move. He panics, he has to flash away, otherwise he might get stunned. And it's actually a planned level 1. Something CLG did a lot at MSI. Just play aggressive early on with your mid laner, because the other guy's going to stay at tower then, and you can just sneak in behind into the bush. So a little smart level 1, funny things to look at, got a flash.
Sucks for Move, unfortunately. Veritas gets a cheeky Q off in the opposing jungle as they're actually a little bit later to start getting back into lane, but it doesn't really matter too much as the dual lane LCS and sprattel will take a little bit of time too. So we don't see the lane swap now. Nice. Starting off, there we go, Move. Secures up red buff.
I want to see these bot lanes now. Obviously LCS and sprattel didn't lose out any minions. They got all the melees, just lost slightly little bit in terms of pushing, but it is already evened out. And very important, they managed to get in, clear all the 3 melees before they died and get the experience. Exileh in this mid lane. The worst kind of position, you push on first wave. You obviously need another minion from next wave to get level 2. And the other guy then gets the level 2 and he's now kind of zoning you off. This is the worst possible start for Exileh in a lane at level 1.
For those of you guys just joining us over for stream 2, welcome to stream 1. And you haven't missed too much in game number 1 so far, but yeah, Exileh has been having a little bit of a rough time. Move has as well. Early flash burned away from him, a little bit low clearing through that jungle. Veritas and Hylissang trying to hang out here, but they are half the CS of LCS and sprattel. Dominating lanes from Schalke. Exileh trying to return fire. He does get the Thunderlord's proc off. Fox is able to run right back towards him, sap a little bit of health.
Such a good start again for Schalke around this mid lane. The fact that Exileh was forced to lose so much experience, wait for this wave to push back towards him after that early push really hurt him. Does have teleport, he can always go back, TP straight to lane. Gives a bit of extra value there, so there's more value in terms of overall sustain when you have TP, because you always TP back to lane. But it's weaker in terms of the all-ins compared to heal. Now, early roam from sprattel. Pretty sure he's going to accomplish anything around mid lane, but...
Oh! Gilius stops, moves back, he's on half health. The double buff transfer could happen here. No flash available from the level 1. Spider going, hunting first blood for Gilius, and a double buff reset.
And everything works for Schalke here. The viewers from stream 2 might have missed the level 1, but again, Schalke had a great level 1 where they pushed Exile back to tower so they could sneak in a Braum Lucian in mid lane towards that bush in the river.
Oh
and
no.
Gone on Exile. He's fine.
Okay.
He's fine.
He had the flash too.
But again,
Use it.
that level 1 trick move cost him his flash. Gilius finds him in the river. That's the first blood. And suddenly it pays off for Schalke. Again, some good moves from them as a team. Also with sprattel hovering around mid lane before with the roam, it's also just to make sure they could push out the mid lane and not get ganked in a 2v2 with no mana. He was just there for safety. Ended up not doing a whole lot. But at the same time, it already pushed the bottom lane, so they were waiting for the wave to bounce back. So they didn't actually lose anything. Just smart. Back up your mid laner if he's low on mana, low on HP, and he wants to push out the wave to make sure it never freezes in a bad spot. Well, sending your support, just be hovering around.
Why not?
I'm not sure why I'm hovering around you, Pyro, while I'm doing it.
It's a little uncomfortable. I'm not going to lie to you.
No,
but
I'm not sure.
you know, that's okay. Sometimes people are a little bit more emotive that way. Up in the top lane, been a bit of a quiet affair. Steve versus Chachi. The crowd's anything but quiet, though. Slight level disadvantage, of course, for Steve. We did question a bit on this Poppy pick. The CS is kind of already starting to speak volumes.
Yeah,
But he will be able to catch a lot of that.
We talked about it. The numbers from Poppy have been nerfed again and again and again. But strong ulti still.
Yeah, a lot of utility available.
Yeah.
And the rest of Schalke are really having no trouble starting to run this map around. Move has had a whole lot of trouble himself. Might have to be relegated to just trying to power farm for a little bit, try to get those marketed Kindred stacks where he can. There is one that's somewhat conveniently placed for him, but he may not want to run afoul of Gilius, who's still sitting on those double buffs after the transfer, moving now into the, unfortunately for him, empty jungle. Maybe be able to catch out the Azir. Exile still holding on to his flash.
But if you manage to land a cocoon and then fall, there it is.
Everything is going wrong for Exile. There's the flash. There's the dash. Does he have enough to get away, walking right over the ward? Heal for the speed boost. Fox is going to flash to cut him off, but Exile actually jukes away. There's the pillar, but not soon enough. Gilius takes a bite out of the Emperor.
I really like this new setup from Schalke around the mid lane. Great coordination. Good cocoon from Gilius, straight into the stun from a Viktor. Exile just locked in place. And another great gank, and Gilius has been doing really well in the early games. First on Nidalee last game, now on Elise in this game. Remember, Schalke said, we will give you Kindred. Even with Nidalee banned, because we know we can still play all the junglers and we can match a lot of what Move can do, at least in the early game with Elise, and it's paying off one more time.
Elise has definitely had a field day to start things off. 2-0, securing those kills for himself. Curious to see what he's able to put that gold into early. Obviously should be heading towards the Runic Echoes, but he'll get it a lot quicker in the answer. Let's take a look at that kill again. Nicely nails the cocoon into the gravity field. And Exile has a long run to go, but he does not get away.
Great setup by Schalke on the map. You see the pink ward here in the small bush? That means Gilius can just stay very close to the wall when he's moving in towards the mid lane. That means the little ward you see here in the river from Unicorns of Love won't spot the Elise, and that's why he can sneak in and land that cocoon.
Oh!
Chachi flashing away, knowing that it was more important, we talked about the warding, than his little play on top. But yeah, again, it's these very small things that opens up for Gilius to like sneak in towards mid lane, unspotted. He then gets to set up a blind, or well, cocoon that's technically blind for Exile, and he doesn't expect it, he doesn't flash, and then he dies. So it's super small things from level 1 to here, but very, very fun to see how Schalke are controlling the map and are bringing new things.
It's allowed Schalke to slowly build up this lead. It's only about, 800-900 gold, still pretty significant at 7.5 minutes into the game. Schalke just, not just bringing new things, but playing crisper, playing smarter. Emperor's Divide. Exile whiffs on that one.
Not been a great start for our new young mid laner.
Well, it usually is a little bit rough coming straight out of ranks. Let's see, RalleZ flashing away. Sprattel does get clipped by the True Shot Barrage. Move coming in, see if he can collapse down on Sprattel, and RalleZ real low. No flash available for RalleZ fighting in the Wolf's Frenzy, but there isn't enough damage, and they didn't have the follow-up from Unicorns.
A lot of summoners used bot lane here. Flash as well from Move, getting an exhaust out of Sprattel, but Schalke reaching out a little bit too much, a little too far. With the engage, RalleZ had to flash away as well to get out of their ulti from Veritas.
Not without mistakes. Move is gonna get sandwiched, and Gilius, third kill of the game for him, sinking his fangs in.
But that's just sloppy now, because the rest of Unicorns is still sitting in the bottom lane trying to push out the wave. Move is probably saying, oh, they recalled on bot side, so I can actually sneak in. Worst case, it's just Gilius, and it's a 1v1, and I can jump out. But he did it so early, and his own bot lane obviously hadn't even pushed out yet and moved, and he just get killed. Yeah, honestly, for nothing.
I believe the proper term is wrecked. Move is having a rough game. That's not.
So is
that's not making
Exile.
bones, but yeah, I mean, this is two people on Unicorns who are not particularly happy with the way things are starting out.
Now, I would not be surprised if Exile is nervous. Again, first games in the LCS. This time, Gilius didn't hit it.
Yeah. I mean, you have to think that Schalke know this as well as anybody else too. And they might be keying off on him, saying, hey, look, it's a new guy, we can gang up, we can make his life a little bit rough, and we can snowball an advantage from there. But this Schalke...
It's like when you joined us as a caster.
Yeah, I mean, well, and the same thing that happened to you a couple years back.
Yeah,
I was watching. It's kind of like a rite, yeah, it's kind of like a rite of passage, you know?
It's how you get stronger.
Yeah, I mean, look what happened to you. Your English got so much better, man.
Because of D-Man's burns?
Yeah. Exactly. Maybe Move will get stronger, but maybe not this time. He is having to throw down that Lamb's Respite. Jumping over, still staying alive, but knocked in with the Poppy, and Steve can't put him down. It is Gilius who does it. Whoop. Exile dashes right back into danger. That's a double kill for the Spider. 5-0 for Gilius.
Whoever drafted Gilius in Fantasy and started him this week is very happy right now.
Somebody's raking in the points.
He's getting everything. Rest of Schalke was around the mid lane and just ready to fight constantly. Like, Gilius keeps finding unicorns on the map, keep finding move.
What is he doing with all that gold? He's just sitting on the Runic Echoes right now. He has to back and spend it, man.
I mean, yeah, we can't really expect him to recall 5 times just because he's getting all the early kills. Like,
yeah.
He has 1,400 gold
Let's look at this
now.
again, though. Move thinks he's safe in his own jungle. Level disadvantage, and before he can even get the Lamb's Respite off, he's nearly zeroed out.
And what's crazy here is the fact that Schalke didn't even have vision in the jungle of Unicorns of Love. They don't even have control in the river. Like, it's double ping ward placed by Unicorns of Love, yet its skill is constantly finding move. And now, in the end, you just get everything, right? When they see it's like, okay, I'm just going to dash back towards you, and then you're like, okay, fine. If you really want me to take another kill, I'll go for
maybe he was going for like a quick shuffle, but he just didn't have enough health to really pull that off. It is so hard to tell, but a lot of misfires, so many levels for Unicorns, and Schalke are just looking so much stronger. 2,000 gold advantage. Move is going to look to solo Dragon. Unfortunately, it's Cloud Drake.
Yeah, that's not your way back in the game.
So at least we won't see all the dragons on one side this game. The Move does have a little bit of trouble with the 1v1. Does secure it eventually. That will be the first dragon of the game for Unicorns. It is the Cloud Drake. Steve puts Chachi into the wall. The duel is real. Level disadvantage, and he's still punishing him. Uh-oh.
Another one.
Caught again. He has his flash. He's going to use it. The dash as well. Sustains enough with the potion, but it was a close miss. The Unicorn mid laner.
So much pressure constantly around the mid lane. Over and over. I like the pickup with cooldown reduction boots, of course. Just keep being able to land cocoons and keep ganking over and over. Keep the pressure going. TPing back from Exile here did not make any sense.
Oh, God. He's back. Oh!
Well,
and he's gone. Blink and you miss it.
Man. First of all, do not TP to a tier 2 tower. But you just run back and then your tower is lost anyway. Second of all, don't walk straight in and just die.
That is a rough day. Okay, so Schalke are able to push on tier 2 now. Not a whole lot to contest them. Unicorns are scrambling just to try and stay
and it's basically just
relevant
a 2v2. It's just a 2v2 right now, and Schalke's 2v2 around his mid lane is just so much stronger. It's insane. Domination from Gilius, honestly.
Yeah. He's also been cleaning up a few of the kills. Fox has been putting in his fair share of damage. RalleZ pumps out a big calling, and now Hylissang and Veritas are ripe for being picked off. Gilius is not looking to go in, though, and you see Veritas and Hylissang getting the relative safety as Gilius just now is going to be moving on counter jungling. And that tower on the bottom side should go down fairly easily.
Yeah, level 9 Elise shows up with 5 kills. You kind of lost the map already, so you do not want to sit on this tower. Easy one for Schalke, and a bit like in the last game, they start getting a lot of control starting from the mid lane where they pick up some early kills, then snowballs into the bottom lane, and they control these two sides while Steve, he's just enjoying his life because he needs to do nothing for his team to win. As long as he doesn't die top, it's basically fine. They need mid lane and bot lane to win the game for you, and Steve is just here and he's just gonna join a team fight and be a tank.
And he's totally fine, even just distracting and tanking on Vizicsacsi, despite the level differential. He knows he can just TP whenever Chachi starts to TP. Schalke are in a very comfortable position. Question is there anything the Unicorns can do to kind of throw them off if they get a bit complacent?
I'm going to say no, technically, but we have seen big mistakes happen in the past from teams where you overdive, you know, a few towers, or you start an early Baron where you didn't have to, and you lose the Baron and the following fight. Sure, definitely ways back in the game, but if Schalke keeps playing this control and don't make any really, really weird mistakes, then it's looking almost perfect for them. You have such a great advantage early on. Yes, okay, you didn't get the first dragon, but it was the Cloud Drake. The thing for Unicorns is the thing we talked about in Champs League, Pyra. Their scaling is insane. Ezreal, Maokai, Kindred, Azir. But you have nothing to really help you in the early game. It's why the Elise pick was smart. He highlighted again how much they're going to struggle with this early pressure, and we see it right now. Yes, you have fantastic scaling. If you can survive 25 more minutes, great. But right now, you're not surviving.
But can you? That's definitely the question. Sprattel joins into the fight. Everyone being bopped around. Vizicsacsi just gets knocked back by the keeper's verdict. Fox takes out Veritas. So much damage being dealt. They get the stun on the Winter's Bite proc. Sprattel hopping, not able to connect onto Exile, but they don't even need it. A double kill, this time again for Gilius. He doesn't have every kill in the game, but it's damn near enough. And Exile nearly bites the dust. Yet again, Gilius on the hunt to try and pick out Hylissang. This lead just keeps on growing. Schalke are looking dominant.
They're getting everything. Unicorns cannot fight. Again, they are so weak at this point. They just want to scale and wait and wait and wait. But Schalke will never let you wait. They just keep forcing fights. This was even Unicorns actually trying to create a pick in their own jungle because they thought Schalke may be overextended. But they're so far behind. Another tower going down. 4 towers to 0. 9 kills to 0. What do you have? You have a Cloud Drake.
Good luck.
Good luck.
They need a lot of time to be able to have that scaling factor for the team to start to come in, but this was almost a perfect situation. They missed almost everything, though, to try and catch Gilius, and then it went wonky.
Yeah, basically they think maybe they can get a catch on Gilius here at first, but then
blocks move.
Rest of the Schalke is here, and this is why Poppy's still okay, still being used, because her ulti can be so impactful, because the W as well is strong in these fights, but this one was a great ulti from Steve, knocking Vizicsacsi away, basically saying, okay, Maokai, you might be stronger than me, but if I'm going to be useless, you're going to be useless as well. We're just both not going to do anything. Life of Steve, if we look at their games here, he tries to solo out Exile, but obviously didn't get the kill yet.
Sprattel does get caught really quickly, gets to stand behind a little bit low here, throws the Unbreakable, stops the Ezreal True Shot Barrage. MrRalleZ turning it on to move, a lot of damage, the Summoner Heal comes to save his life. 2v3. And they turn it on.
It's not over yet, Pyra.
Yeah, still getting some backup here.
The big bad boys are coming.
Okay, they throw the trophy out. It's all right. Cavalry's arrived, and Fox has taken down the jungler. A double kill now for Viktor. That's not what you want to hear. Exile trying to answer on the turret, but there's nothing else going on for Unicorns.
Now he might also get collapsed. He can move towards the top side, but look who's moving down. It's Steve. He wants to join as well. He wants to be part of the fun.
Dashing in, still has a lot of pressure on his tail.
Is that a
Gravity
Steve kill? Is it a kill? No, he didn't even get it.
But he doesn't get it. It's Fox.
Poor guy, man. He didn't even get an assist. He ran all the way from top lane. It was his moment. No, nothing for Steve.
Poor Steve.
I needed to get 1 kill this game.
Fox just has a nasty flash death ray. And Exile, try as he might to peck away at that turret. He did not hear the retreat order was given.
Look at the flank. Look at the moves.
And the buckler.
Oh, so close. There it is in the air. Oh. Ah, rip Steve's KDA. For now.
Well, Fox got a little bit more gold in his pocket. This game is gone about as one-sided as it can. 12-0, 30,000 gold,
for that
25. That's my color casting official for the record. I mean, this is just such a tough... It's one thing to lose 2-0. But the manner in which this game is gone is so disheartening for Unicorn. They've got a lot of time to build up this roster, but you've got to look at least a little stronger than this on day one.
Yeah, again, a lot of things around the mid lane obviously have been issues. Misplays, also just better synergy, better coordination from Schalke. There's a TP on the bottom side for Unicorns trying to get a tower, trading it for top. Schalke, by the way, got the Infernal Drake before. I'm not sure if we missed it because of the replay, but even better for them. So Basically just a trade. Unicorns are trying to somewhat base race here to get some gold. But you don't really want to leave two guys behind because they can actually get killed on the tower.
Yeah, Chachi's hanging firm here. This tower's actually getting fired down, but there's not as many minions as you'd think. It's just Steve really holding it. Fox has come to the rescue, but they got half damage on the turret. That's not bad for Unicorns, but now
another
teleport on the last one. Chachi's coming in, True Shot Barrage nails Fox, but not nearly enough damage. They're doubling down on investing this, but look at what's going on in the bottom side, or the top side, I should say, as Gilius dominates move off the screen. Fox, wow, they really turned this one for a second, but no. Move and Veritas both down. They trade for Fox. They get the turret, but there's still a whole pack of Schalke members on this top side.
Yeah, Schalke is still pushing in. Everyone from Unicorns recalling near that ward here, so they know how much time they got. Sprattel trying to keep some minions alive.
Even
Smart move by him. So another turret here, and basically the trade.
2 turrets for 1, 2 lives for 1.
3 turrets for 2 even, and 2 TPs used on the side of Unicorns. Schalke once again wins out. Even a Grump is against Unicorns.
Messing with them.
So Move is trying to be the hero, stopping Chachi from getting stunned here so he can TP away, but now he's obviously just going to be caught out. Goes down. Meanwhile, we see the fight on top side, where in the end it was a 1-for-1 trade, but another tower for Unicorn still. 7 towers for Schalke. 14-1.
Yeah, a lot of gold off the kills, off the towers. Schalke have just looked so much cleaner in their opening series. Unicorns, a lot of questions to answer. A lot of questions we had coming into it, and we still don't have those answers.
Another fight.
Opening Pandora's box every time.
Where
Another
Steve
fight.
didn't get to join Pyra.
Well, you did say he's loving his life as just kind of la-di-dying around in the top lane, but
he's gonna TP
maybe
in
he
now.
would like to get a little bit more involved. He's going to find Hylissang here. Steadfast presence. Turns over to move. Wall bangs him up, and sprattel.
Even he steals the kill.
Steve can't even get a kill against the support. And Chachi knows his days are numbered. Tries to arcane smash down Fox. Nothing doing. RalleZ getting the kill. Emperor's Divide. Exile, though, you can't do it in 2 directions.
Yeah, he got
Finally,
one.
Steve gets the kill he's looking for. It's a great day for Schalke 4. Oh my goodness, they're just rocking and rolling this map.
17-1 Pyra. I'm just keeping you updated here.
Guess what? It's Baron time.
Every single time. Baron, it's early on, but you just killed 3 members, so
No smite
why not?
Deal with. There's no exile.
All right, time for Veritas to go in and shine here. Him and Hylissang left 2v4, 2v5 even, also against the Barons at 2v6 technically.
Yeah, they can even send Sprattel to just deal with Hylissang. Just keep pushing them away. This Baron's going down. Not a whole lot that the remaining Unicorns can do about it. Schalke keep pushing their edge. 12,000 gold now in the lead. It just keeps climbing up and up and up. When we see that gold graph, it's going to look ridiculous.
And we're still at the point where Unicorns are trying to scale. But as we've seen the last 21 minutes, you're not...
It's only 21 minutes. Late game does not exist yet.
It is some of the problems, again, when you draft, like, so many scaling champions. But let's see. So it's TP in from Schalke. They've basically just been hovering around Baron. Unicorns trying to get some vision, and that just starts the fight instantly. Again, there's no map control, really.
1 cocoon and he's dead.
Yeah, Schalke is obviously so far ahead that for them it's just about starting fights all the time. Over and over and over. They got Baron as well. Exile trying to stay alive, and that's where Steve
Shines.
gets his chance.
So there's your Baron power play. Not much at the minute since they haven't really gone for taking a whole lot of anything else, but with all 5 members rocking it, they can start to split around the map wherever they need. See if Chachi can try and start a fight, but he is already nearly dead. Lambs are spied on, but that won't last very long. They turn for Gilius. They want the shutdown gold, but they're not gonna get it. Fox takes down move. Chachi's slain. They have nothing left in the tank. The Unicorns are running scared and getting trampled all across the map. Veritas locked out of his own base. This is gonna be a dead inhibitor turret. Should be a dead inhibitor after that. Schalke looking unstoppable in game number 2.
And Gilius refuses to die. There was a sapling on the ground, but he flashed away from it, which actually would have killed him. Would have been quite a way to die when you're 8-0. In the end, Schalke wins another fight. Minions are pushing in, but playing it safe. No reason to risk anything. You are currently 12,000 gold ahead at 23 minutes. I think you can survive not getting inhib down right now.
Next dragon's gonna come up too. Still stuff around the map for them to take, shore up their advantages. Is it worth taking though, Deficio? It is a mountain grade.
I mean, sure, why not? You have full map control, and if unicorns want to come and try and fight you, that's perfect for you because you get to fight outside of their base, away from the fountain and the few turrets that you have left. So, engage in from Chachi. Sadly has to pick sprattel as his target. Steve isn't here yet, so it's some good damage early. Gilius here drops solo. Look at a sapling on the ground. Flashes away from it, didn't even get to target him. In the end, Steve comes to the back and gets it going.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Story of this game, Unicorns have just not been able to get anything from the get-go, and the level 1 was almost prophetic in how much trouble that they've had dealing with this Schalke squad.
It was a good level 1 from Schalke. It was planned 100% how they snuck the Braum near the wall, so there was no vision for move, forcing him then to flash. Or if they find someone, they would force the person to flash with the Braum Lucian combo as well. And it was just lucky for them it was even moved there, so he died later on in the game without flash. Full control from Schalke.
All that practice seems to be making pretty close to perfect right now for Schalke, as they just keep rolling through the base, taking everything they can. Only one inhibitor and some Nexus turrets really stand in their way. Gilius a little bit low. Unicorn sensing blood, trying to go in. Emperor's Divide pushing back. Exileh a little bit low for himself, though. And Steve throws the buckler to secure the kill. Fox answers back. RalleZ gets one. Just when the Unicorns think they have some space to move, nothing doing. They've been nulled out, and this game is over. Unicorns down. Schalke are gonna take it 2-0, and they have looked very close to flawless against UOL. One Nexus turret, the other one 25 minutes. A hell of a game from Schalke.